great. I got to know him a bit because he worked shift work, and it's kind of hard to catch him much sometimes.
Your dad was the scoutmaster.
Yeah, he was a scoutmaster, and every summer we went for 1 week camping in the Boy Scout camp
Ah,
in town. And we took 1 week and went to Colorado Springs.
oh, that's nice.
And that was nice too.
Did your mom go too?
Oh, sure, sure. Yeah, we camped we had a camper that wasn't too big, and we ended up sleeping in the car most of the time.
Oh,
It was a tent. That's right. We had a tent, and it was just 2 cots in the tent.
uh-huh.
And we camped right below Pikes Peak.
Oh, wow. That
And,
must have been beautiful.
Colorado Springs has a nice big park,
Uh-huh.
and my brother and I would go over and search the park. What's in here today?
Oh, what would you find?
Well, different animals and trees and stuff, you know. Since we were in Boy Scouts, we looked at the trees a bit, and any animals we saw. It was just, it was definitely. I think we must have gone there for 10 years at least, like that.
Wow, that's a long time.
Well, it is because we were probably still not grammar school, but elementary school,
Mm-hmm.
maybe junior high. I guess junior high we were there regularly, and senior high, but not so much in junior high or in elementary school.
So is that why you got involved with Boy Scouts here in Medina?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I got to. I didn't get involved in Boy Scouts in Medina. I got involved in Boy Scouts up in Rocky River.
Oh.
Because we got married in Rocky River Methodist Church,
Uh-huh.
and we went to church there, and they they had a strange scout arrangement. Every year they had a new scoutmaster,
Whoa.
and every year one of the parents had to volunteer to be a scoutmaster.
Oh.
And so I got involved with them, and I would go camping with them. For the years we were there, it was about maybe 3 years, something like that. But I ended up going camping with them every time they went camping.
Uh-huh.
And the kids were always something else because they didn't have a whole lot of respect for other elders.
Oh, interesting.
But that was something. We had NASA had something, and I ended up getting them involved in that.
Uh-huh.
And we came to Medina, and I think people went back there one time to do something. And then when we started going to the Methodist Church there, they had a Boy Scout troop, but they didn't have an Explorer post.
Okay.
And so I had been involved in Explorers, and I talked to the Boy Scout leaders there about Explorers, and they realized that they had older Boy Scouts that were not really too active in Boy Scouts after they got to be in high school.
Okay.
You know, so they said, "Yeah, why don't we go ahead and try that out?" And I went to the pastor and I told him, you know, what we were thinking of doing. He was an older fellow at the time, and no, wait a minute, this was a little bit later. That's right. The other pastor, though, definitely agreed that this would be a good thing for the church to sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
So we organized the Explorer Post, and then about 3 years into that, I think it was when they started having co-ed Explorer
Oh,
Posts and Boy Scouts.
okay.
And
Huh.
so this pastor heard about it, this older guy, and he had me into his office, and he says, "You know, Larry," he says, "I think this is a good idea. I think you should do this.
Uh-huh.
You know, should have changed to co-ed." So we did, and that was definitely an experience, because that's when Brian and Jeff were very young.
Okay.
You know, they were almost infants,
Uh-huh.
and we had a motorhome at the time, small
Mhm.
motorhome. So Jean would, and we had to have a female and an adult female with us every time we went camping, of course.
Okay.
And so Jean ended up being that adult female,
Oh.
and then, what's his name? Buddy's, Jeff's mother started doing some of it.
The McIlvaines?
McIlvaines,
Yes.
Yeah, Sue Ellen. So she would go camping with us now and then. So Jean didn't have to.
Uh-huh.
But Jean went camping quite a bit with us, and they slept in the camper, and I slept in a tent.
Mm-hmm.
But and we did a lot of hiking, so we did a lot of carrying of kids.
Oh, yes.
We also did the canoe races.
Oh, I forgot about the canoe races in Mohican.
Yeah, that's in the pictures that I've got, canoe races.
Oh.
But we go on the canoe races every year. And she had 2 babies to take care of.
Goodness.
That was definitely an experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was in the Boy Scouts for 25 years altogether.
Wow.
I think the Explorer post I had for 25 years. I was in the other a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But then decided that's enough.
Yeah, I remember you putting up with all kinds of shenanigans. Yeah, before even Chris and I got into Explorers, it was just like, okay, there was one guy who was always getting in trouble. What was his name? I don't remember his name.
Yeah. Well, I got pictures of the rock climbing whenever we were doing the rock climbing, and I think Chris was in one of the pictures, and I think you were taking the pictures.
Oh.
You were down at the bottom, and matter of fact, Jason
Oh,
was
huh.
climbing, we were rappelling down.
Oh,
and we
okay.
were taking the pictures, I think. And so I thought, well, sometime I ought to try to make a copy of that and send it to Sue Ellen.
Yeah. Did you get into rock climbing because of the Explorers and the Boy Scouts?
Oh,
Or?
yeah. Yeah, that was the only reason we got into rock climbing. I'm trying to remember who got us involved, but he was from Brunswick, and he got involved with our Explorer post. I see his name every once in a while, but I can't remember now. But he was very active, and he's the one that recommended that we go give it a try.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. It's been very fun.
All the kids loved it. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Huh.
And Jean got to do some rappelling.
Yeah,
No.
that's impressive.
I don't know if she ever did any real climbing, but she did some rappelling.
She's pretty brave.
Yeah, definitely. Whenever you stand there at the bottom and you look up, you think, do we really want to do this?
Yeah.
That's a long ways up.
My better sense is saying no.
Yeah. Some of them were 100 feet,
Yeah.
and some of them were about 50 feet. And 50 feet ones, not too bad, but some of them were pretty even. They weren't too many holding places to hold on to.
Yeah, there were tricky ones too.
Yeah. But that Whip Ledges was definitely a good place to have in the area there.
Yeah, it was convenient that it wasn't too far away from our house.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was really pretty down there.
Yeah, we used to go hiking in there before we were rock climbing. We'd go hiking over there.
Oh.
And that was reasonably regular. And what's the lake? There's a lake over there. That we
Chippewa Lake or
Not Chippewa. It's
not Chippewa?
over near the Whip Ledges.
I don't remember that one.
Chippewa Lake, that's when we got involved in there with the boat.
Oh,
That's when we bought the sailboat.
I remember the sailboat.
Yeah.
I learned that I am not a sailor.
Yeah. Well, I remember the day that Jean fell out of the sailboat.
Yeah, that was scary.
And I had to get in and get her out.
Yeah, it wasn't. Didn't the sail fall on top of her? And it was.
Yeah, something like that.
That's
yeah.
scary.
Yeah, the wind was blowing, and we decided to back off the. I think we dropped out of the race. It was a race.
Mm-hmm.
I think we dropped out of the race to go back, so we were all by ourselves.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's right. I think that something like that happened. She ended up in the water, and I could see her, but she couldn't. She didn't know which way was up.
Oh, goodness. So scary.
And so I got in and was able to grab her arm, get her up.
Uh-huh.
I think that's maybe the last time she sailed.
She's like, forget this. Somebody else can go. Jeff or Chris can go with you.
Yeah. The sailing club was interesting too. They had two different kinds of boats, two different kinds of sailboats. We had the easy one, and the other people had the other ones that were a little harder to sail.
Uh-huh.
I was just glad when we were able to sell it.
Yeah, why is that? Was it a lot of work and...
Well, I don't remember now what happened there, but why we backed off of that. I don't remember what age you guys were.
I
Because
don't...
the explorers were
there.
doing out there with us.
Huh.
I don't know if you ever remember sailing in the sailboats there.
Just once, and I was done. It's like, I get way too motion sick.
What am I doing out here?
What am I doing out here?
Again, it's not funny, but it's funny.
It's not funny, but it's funny.